Welcome to Electrical Safety for Unqualified Workers Training. Electricity injures you in four main ways. You don't need to touch a wire directly. Shock, burns, arc flash, and fire can all reach you. That's why the rules in this module exist. Everyone exposed to electrical hazards is either unqualified or qualified. Most of us are unqualified, and that's fine. It just defines the line. You don't work on or near exposed live parts. Only trained, designated, qualified persons do. Here's the boundary in plain terms. The left column is what you may do as an unqualified worker. The right column is the line you never cross: opening panels, touching live parts, repairing cords, or defeating a safety device. Most electrical injuries from hand tools trace back to damaged equipment. Look it over before every use. If you find any of these defects, the tool comes out of service, tagged and reported. Only a qualified person repairs it. Extension cords take a beating on the job. Protect them, and they protect you. The left side is how to properly use cords. Keep cords out of doorways, walkways, and pinch points. Protect them from traffic, sharp edges, and water. Use the right length, fully unwound, for the job. And unplug by the plug, never by yanking the cord. The right side is where cords cause injuries and fires: water, bad repairs, pinch points, and overloaded circuits. A GFCI is the single best protection an unqualified worker has against shock. It compares current out and back and trips in a fraction of a second when electricity leaks to ground. Test it before every shift. Push test, then reset. Water carries current straight to you, and it lowers the voltage it takes to injure or kill. Keep electricity dry. If you can't keep connections and equipment dry, stop and get a qualified person's plan. When equipment is serviced, it gets de-energized, isolated, and locked or tagged out, so it can't start unexpectedly. As an unqualified worker, you are an affected person. You may operate or work near the equipment, but you never apply or remove a lock or tag. Doing that is authorized work that takes separate lockout-tagout training. If something you need is locked out, find the person who applied it or your supervisor. Never work around it. Overhead lines are usually bare metal and always dangerous. Before any work, locate them and find out the voltage. The next slide gives you the distance to keep. The rule for unqualified workers is simple: 10 feet from any overhead line at distribution voltage. That distance applies to you and to the longest thing you might be holding: a ladder, pipe, pole, or a raised truck bed. Higher voltage means more distance. Anything that conducts: aluminum and metal ladders, scaffolds, raised dump beds, cranes, aerial lifts, metal poles, and long tools, stays at least 10 feet from a high voltage line. It doesn't need to touch. Electricity can arc across the gap. When you are near lines, use only fiberglass or wood ladders, lower your loads before moving, and post a spotter. A quick check. You're moving an aluminum ladder near a 12.5 kV distribution line. That's well under 50 kV. The answer is 10 feet. The line's exact voltage doesn't change the rule until you're above 50 kV. If a coworker is in contact with a source, the most important rule is do not touch them. They may still be energized, and you would become the next victim. Call for help, cut the power, and only then free and treat them. 3 other emergencies worth memorizing: never put water on an electrical fire, stay 35 feet from a downed line and assume it's live, and if your vehicle contacts a line, stay inside unless it's on fire. Reporting is how a hazard gets fixed before someone is hurt. You're not expected to fix electrical problems. You're expected to spot them and tell your supervisor or the safety manager. Electrical safety is a shared program. Management funds and enforces it. The safety manager owns it. Supervisors run the day-to-day. Qualified persons do the specialist work. And you, the unqualified worker, follow the rules, inspect your gear, stay clear of live parts, and report. 3 rules to carry to the job site. Treat every wire as live. Respect water and keep your distance from overhead lines. And know the emergency response. Don't touch, cut the power, call 911, and report hazards early. To get credit, finish these steps. Review every section so the safe work practices and the 10-foot rule are clear. Pass the knowledge check. Then acknowledge completion so the safety manager can log your training. Refresher training is required at least once a year.